Do you believe there will be another pandemic where there is something that's much worse?
I don't know. I think that it's very easy to predict disasters. People, there's going to be a meteorite hit the Earth. There's going to be an atomic explosion. There's going to be, and by and large, from my own experience, and I've lived for 73 years, we got through the Cold War. We got through the massive arsenals of weaponry. We basically had the world has had a very, very good 70 years. And the fact is that things are better now than they've ever been before. There may be, I would actually hope that this will be like a dress rehearsal for smartening up. And, we need to start thinking a little bit less about ourselves, maybe a little bit less focused about likes on social media, more about the real life. It was a thing that we were sort of drifting into a time when, automation would take over all the work. We would be unemployed. People would live forever. And that no longer seems so likely. And it's a good thing it's not, because there's an awful lot of people for whom that wouldn't have been the model. That was the model for the top 1%. And I think we need to flatten our societies a bit, because societies that have massive inequalities are not really healthy places. It's interesting that in Europe, the two most sort of egalitarian societies are Iceland and Ireland. And this is usually measured by something called the Gini index. And the Gini index for those two are really, really good. Other places are not nearly so good. And then you get to Brazil, and Brazil is the worst in the world. But Brazil is about probably 10 times less equal in terms of the richest to the poorest than Iceland or Ireland. And that has an effect. If you live in a country where there's this vast disproportionality, it leads to instabilities. And I think what we're seeing in the United States is a kind of instability. I don't know. But I'm not really worried too much about the future. The one thing I am worried about, in general, you could say there's going to be another outbreak, but basically this one, for everything we've said about it, was, up to 30% worse than flu. Okay, big deal. That's important, but we can obviously, maybe next time flu comes along, we all wash our hands for the flu season. That would probably save a lot of deaths. Maybe there's a way to protect people in nursing homes. Maybe they shouldn't even go into nursing homes. Again, a complicated issue. The one that really worries me is global warming. I think, I don't think anyone can stop the world from getting warmer in the next 50 years. I think nothing we can do is going to stop, it doesn't have to be catastrophic. We're already seeing unusual weather. I was in London in February. My mother lives in London. I was visiting her, and all the trees are blossoming, and it feels like spring, but it's February. I think global warming is a very interesting phenomenon, because most crises you can't tell they're coming, but global warming is going to be a crisis that's coming. We don't know where it's going to hit, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough, because most of the world will be much less inhabitable than it used to be.